welcome to my channel, Annika. Today I'm going to be doing my next Zodiac look. I'm going to be doing Aries. It's a lot. If you've seen any of the other looks, like, you know, I go all out for these looks. Don't care if I'm extra. So I did like a fire kind of like eye look, not even kind of, dead ass, just straight fire on my eyes, and then I did the Aries sign right here. I'm really tired. It's like 10 p.m. I really just want to go to sleep. I'm really happy with this look. I'm not going to go to sleep until I get a bunch of pictures with this. So at the beginning of all my Zodiac looks, I look so fucking whack because I always have one eye done, so I'm about to look so ugly. So just prepare yourself. 3, 2, 1, ugly! Hey y'all, it's your favorite Cracky. I'm gonna be doing my Aries look. This is like 100%, not like really 100%, it's like 65% inspired by noosh.mu on Instagram. This picture just showed up in my explore feed and I screenshotted it because I knew that I was gonna need it for the Aries look. I'm doing something kind of inspired by this. I'm doing like different colors though, and I'm going to do face makeup obviously, so this is gonna be kind of a crazy look, and I just wanted to start on the first eye just to make sure that I could do it, and I couldn't. It took me like literally 3 tries. This is my 3rd try today. I've tried it before too, don't even get me started on those. It's gonna take a lot of my focus to do a tutorial for the eye part, so we're not gonna talk about Aries's until I'm done with my eyes. We're gonna talk about Aries's once I'm on my face because I need the utmost concentration right now. Basically, I'm gonna start off with like a lighter concealer. It honestly doesn't really matter what fucking shade of concealer you use. I'm gonna put that all around my eye because you see it kind of comes up underneath here. We'll end up concealing more later, but you just want to have the base. For the Aries look, I decided to do fire because that's the fucking sign, and there are other fire signs obviously, but Aries is the first sign in the Zodiac, and I don't know, I feel like they're super like strong-willed and fiery. They're super strong-willed and fiery, so even though there are other fire signs, I feel like Aries is like the most fiery of the fire signs. I'm not setting that, and I'm gonna take the NYX Red Vivid Brights eyeliner. You can also use like a red lipstick and then take like a fine brush like this. This is like difficult, like this is the hardest part of this look. It was just hard for me because I'm not really like an artist. I'm not really great at drawing in proportions. It just took me a while to get like a good setup of flames, and it still is a little much. Like it's definitely, I definitely probably could have done better. I started with this, so this one's gonna go through your eyebrow, just like the end. Like, obviously it's fire, like it doesn't have to be perfect, but it still needs to look like fire. That's why I feel like it's so hard. So just kind of make them like curvy, you can make some thick. This honestly may take like a bunch of tries for you, and that's fine. Like just wipe off everything, put more concealer down, and start again. This eyeliner is like really dry and crusty, so I wonder if I have eye drops. Hang on, will that make it worse? I don't know. Okay, I just added a drop of Visine. Another tip is you want to all have them like leaning this way. If you start having like some leaning this way and then some leaning that way, it'll look really weird. I learned that the hard way. And just like take your time with this. It's definitely like worth. I'm gonna kill myself. And then as you're going towards the lower lash line, just start doing like little like lines. I don't know if that makes sense. Like go out and in and out and in instead of trying to actually make like waves. I don't really think that made any sense. I can turn this off and we can balance the light out again. But yeah, once you have that and you're looking like a snack, obviously they don't have to be like symmetrical, but just kind of like the same general shape. Now what you're gonna do is I'm gonna take the James Charles Morphe palette, but you can just take any palette with like red, yellow, and orange in it. I'm gonna take the shade B, which is the yellow shade, and I'm just gonna pack that all over my lid. I don't know why I'm going up the end of my sentences, but you really want to pack this on, get it nice and pigmented. Now I'm gonna take the shade 518, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, just like the brightest orange in there, and just on the same brush but on like the other side, and I'm just gonna blend out the edges of that yellow, start going into the flames maybe a little bit. Now we're gonna take 2 brushes for the red, a flat brush, and we're gonna use like the tip of that shade, and then we're also gonna use a little pencil brush so that we can get right up in the tips. I'm taking the shade You're Kidding from the James Charles Morphe palette, which you do have to like layer on a little bit, especially when you're using like a brush like this. And again, take your time with this. Try and like stay inside the edges. If you go too fast, then you're just gonna end up fucking it up. If you really want to like concentrate the color, go in with the little pencil brush and just get a bunch of color on there. When the red meets the orange, take the larger brush that you're using and just kind of blend. I don't know, it doesn't even have to be super neat. If you use the NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner and you blend like that, the eyeliner is going to start crusting up. That's what happens to me. You can always just go back in, or you can find a better way to blend it, but I'm sorry, I really need to listen to music while I do this. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna go back into the orange shade and add more more of that to the crease, blend it out just a little bit more. So now I think I'm at the point where I don't have to focus so deeply that I can start telling you about Aries is. I'm gonna prime my face to start. First thing that you should know about Aries is that Aries is the first sign in the zodiac, like the first sign in the zodiac wheel. So all the hoes that were telling me that the zodiac actually starts with Capricorn, that's just not true. And I started with Aquarius because that was the first, like that was when I had the idea. Everybody was coming for me. They were like, why didn't you do Capricorn first? I'm sorry! Since they're the first sign in the zodiac, they actually tend to put themselves first, see themselves first. Sometimes it will work in their favor, but sometimes it will obviously work against them. I don't know very many Arieses, but I know a few, and a lot of websites were telling me that Arieses are like really outgoing, and they're not necessarily outgoing in the way that you think. They're not like energetic, bubbly outgoing. They're more like risk-taking outgoing. Like they will go out and do shit, even if they haven't thought it through completely, even if it'll end up hurting others. I know. Wow, clearly I have some issues with Arieses, but it's fine. I'm gonna conceal underneath my eyes. We're gonna go back once we're like closer to the end of the look, and we're gonna clean up the flames at the, I can't speak. The flames on the lower lash line. I took notes on Arieses because I'm slow. I never told you what the date is. I'm pretty sure it's March 21st or like March 20th to April 19th. So right before 420. 420 is the start of Taurus. It's kind of sick actually. Arieses are fire signs, obviously, in case you didn't get that already. Because of that, some of their most strong traits, like I said, are being very like, they have balls. They're very ballsy, courageous. They'll take risks, not afraid to try new things, even if they didn't think everything out. Yeah, Arieses are kind of badasses sometimes. Sometimes they're obnoxious. But I thought this was so interesting. A bunch of the websites I read said that they're lackluster emotionally. And I totally get that! But sometimes they can be really aggressive, sometimes they can come on too strong, but other times they just seem like normal people, but they're just like down to take big risks. They play and they work really hard. They have the fire energy running through them. And I'm actually like taking a yoga class right now. We're talking about like all the elements because they relate to our chakras. And like the fire element is like associated with your core, and when we were doing our fire workout, it was like crazy intense, and I feel like that's what I think of when I think of Arieses. They're just like really fast moving, you know? And I think that it's really interesting because I'm sure that there are some Arieses that like their personality is really fiery too, but you can be an Aries and be like fiery without having like a fiery personality. Like you can be really shy and quiet and still be outgoing and not afraid to take chances. I don't even know. Other fire signs. I'm pretty sure the other fire signs, I know Scorpio is a fire sign. Wait, that's not true. It could be water sign. Zodiac fire signs. Oh, I'm fucking stupid. Leo is definitely one of them. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, yeah. Scorpio's a water sign. I'm so stupid. We went over that in my last video. Scorpions live in the desert, so I don't know. I got confused. I don't want to talk about it. So now that we're done with concealer, I'm gonna go just back in real quick, finish up the lower lash line. I'm also gonna touch up the eyeliner because it did like crust off in some places. Bruh, I love having the world's shakiest hands. I literally can't do jack shit with my hands. Okay, so what I'm gonna do for the lower lash line is I'm gonna do orange and then yellow in the waterline and then blend the orange out with red. And I don't know if that's gonna work because I don't know how you blend out a lighter color with a darker color, but that is what's gonna have to happen. Okay, so I'm gonna take the red and I'm gonna connect that. I'm taking that on the flat brush that we took earlier, and I'm gonna like almost draw like a new waterline, like kind of where your first under eye bag is, kind of like, yeah, you know. I don't know if everybody has them in the same place as me, but now I'm gonna take this brush, take the orange, and then blend in that little patch of skin between our red line and our actual waterline. I'm gonna go back in with the red, blend that a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take, I have this LA Girl yellow eyeliner. You can use whatever brand you have. This is in the shade Screamin'. It's the Neon Shockwave eyeliner, and I'm gonna, wow, put that in my waterline. What a concept. Ooh, oh my god, this actually looks kind of cool. So now we have the eyes done. So off camera, I think I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows and put on lashes. I need gonna take the Ibby Beauty highlight and contour palette. I'm just gonna contour my nose real quick, and I'm gonna tell you more about Aries is. Another big thing about Aries is that kind of goes along with like not thinking things out, kind of like taking risks, is that they're very impulsive. They're the most active sign because it's fire, and like I said, they can also be aggressive sometimes, but you can still be like a nice Aries, like getting what you want aggressive, you know? If anything, being a little bit aggressive is good, and most people aren't aggressive enough. We've talked a little bit about houses in my past video. Y'all know I don't really understand them, and you don't really need to understand them too, but each zodiac has a house that they like correspond to, and it just goes like in the order. Like the first zodiac sign goes with the first house. So Aries is the first zodiac sign, so it goes with the first house, and the first house represents impressions, appearance, and identity. So that's another thing that's like really important to Aries, is they're usually really good at making a first impression, which it's kind of scary how true that is. Let me just look up some like famous Arieses. Hugh Hefner. Okay, he is such a classic Aries because he was such an awful person, but he was like a multi-millionaire. How the fuck? Yeah, he was definitely very aggressive, took risks, put himself first, definitely. Lady Gaga is a Aries, that's true. Chance the Rapper is an Aries. Oh my god, yes! Rosie O'Donnell's an Aries. That's kind of all I have to say about Aries. My whole family is going out to eat at this restaurant that I had for lunch, so I'm just staying here. So the face makeup on this is going to be relatively minimal. I'm not doing like colorful cheeks or anything. All of the like face makeup is going to be normal colored, but we're still gonna look bomb as fuck, just because I want the eyes to kind of be like the main focus. But I'm gonna of course do the Aries symbol. I'm gonna have it going, you'll see, because oh, I never said that the like mascot, the symbol, I don't even know what you call them, but the Aries like symbol is the ram. So I wanted to like kind of channel the ram a little bit, but for Taurus I'm going to be like really focusing on the idea of the bull, so I didn't want it to be too similar to this. But I did want to have kind of the like a representation of ram horns. So I'm gonna do the Aries symbol, which it looks like this is like a V, but it like goes in, and I'm gonna have that going down my nose, like the part where it goes in down my nose, and then the parts out here going up here to look like horns. I don't know if that'll make any sense. And I'm gonna do 3 little dots here after my highlighter, and I'm gonna do that with white eyeliner. I was gonna do it with my NYX like jumbo eye pencils, but I don't know where my white one went, so I'm kind of triggered about that. But first I'm gonna highlight with like a golden highlighter. I'm gonna use my Fenty one. I'm using like a really densely packed highlighting brush so I can really pack this on. We stand! I wanna listen to more fire burning. Fuck. I'm gonna take the ColourPop white eyeliner in the shade Exit, and if you have the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, I feel like that's gonna be easier because you're gonna have more control because it's just like a crayon. But for now, I'm just gonna use this kind of as like base paint. I'm really scared because this could definitely like fuck up the look because I've never tried this method before. Alright, this could work, this could work. This actually really is not going that bad. This might be like... I don't want to jinx it, hang on. We'll talk about it at the end. So for the dots on the cheek, I'm going to use this brush, which I got in like a weird, one of those like weird sets. And I'm just going to do like 3 dots. Cute. Put on some lipstick. I feel like I should do red lipstick, but at the same time, I feel like that might be overkill. No, it's not overkill. This is the Pop lipstick, a Permanent Pout in Go Getter. I like this because it's not like a pure blue red, it has a little bit of brown in it. Also, this is my first time trying this lipstick, like this like formula, and it's so good. I love this formula, fuck. Alright, so I actually really like this look. I was really nervous to do it, but this looks kind of sick as fuck, especially the eye look. I don't know about the face paint, but it needed some kind of identifying marks on it, so I feel like it looks good. I'm fine with it. I really like how it turned out actually. So let me know if you guys liked it. Comment down below if you're an Aries. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more Zodiac looks. Comment down below what Zodiac sign you are. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, suck my dick, and keep on Ariesing.
Tell me that I'm an idiot, you know that you'll be lying. What?